how big does a unit to produce power for, say, Manhattan need to be?
No, that probably will be a big one. That probably will go to a huge investment like on Edison, like a huge multi-megawatt system. That's not the goal. The goal is to take the microgrid into the building. That means that the building will produce its own energy without depending on the grid. This is where you put the special, unique type of generator inside the building with a storage of heat, with a storage of electricity, with a storage of hydrogen, and manage the energy, not only electricity, manage the energy inside the building. So a multifamily building of, let's say, 400 families, if you take 1.5 to 2 kilowatt per family per apartment, you will need something that is close to 600 kilowatt system, or a little bit more. But this is not a big generator if you talk about the modern ones. Mm-hmm. And this will reduce the dependency on the grid.
And is this a system that is self-sustaining to a degree? What, because you mentioned that having a store of hydrogen or some other gas or what is the fuel really that needs to go into this generator?
So today, most of the microgrid system are depending on natural gas. And as everyone knows, right, the United States is well distributed gas around everywhere. So natural gas is running everywhere. And this is the same in Europe, in Australia, and even in Brazil. So that natural gas is coming like water to every home. And natural gas will be the current propellant for the system. But if you're looking for the future goes to hydrogen, because hydrogen creates no pollution.
Right. Today it creates water, basically.
Yeah. Today the problem is to produce the hydrogen, but there is a multi-billion-dollar investment in development, in new ways how to produce hydrogen and to store hydrogen.
So how talk to me about how green, quote unquote, that is, because if we're talking about the emission of a hydrogen powered system being water typically, which is amazing, but what is the method of producing the hydrogen, as you said, because right now that is in development, and how green is that?
Well, today if you use PV panels, it's absolutely green. So because the electricity comes from the sun and you don't burn any fossil fuel to produce the hydrogen. But the hydrogen is still in the future. We're still at the very early stages of using hydrogen. Today we can declare that our system can work a 50-50 hydrogen and natural gas mix. But if you're looking about the potential using hydrogen, and when the hydrogen will be able to be, let's say, transmitted through the tubes or by vessels or by trucks, it will be easier. I think the regulation today is not allowing that. Regulation is very strict on moving hydrogen around. And I don't know if anyone not today without a regulation will be happy to live on the hydrogen bomb in the basement. But if the future says that it will be possible. And if you're talking about emissions, just in general, if you're looking about a huge power plant that produces power outside the city, out of $1, almost 65 cents is lost on the transmission and the heat that it produces. So only about 35% of the energy arrives to the home. And when you use a microgrid system producing the energy where it is required, it's almost 100% goes directly to the building.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so this is why everyone is looking for the microgrid solution.
Actually, serious. Amazing conversations from Israel, all topics considered, with Aaron Poris and Hannah Rifkin.
All our shows and podcasts available online on our website and on all podcast platforms. Search Audioversity.